Welcome to our podcast. We'll figure something out. We're your hostess with the mostest, Sister. I'm Amy.
And I'm Katie, and we're back again with another episode. But before we get the party started,
Whoop whoop.
make sure you like and subscribe. So today's episode is going to be about trips and vacations.
Vacations. Yep.
We love them.
We love them. We love them. I think our first one we could both remember is probably Fort Bragg.
Mm-hmm.
Camping and at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did every summer, and it started with Dad and his family. Family traditions.
Family traditions.
Yep. They went fishing. What else?
Like, what usually would be like the guys would go fishing and the girls would go to the beach.
Yes.
Sort of thing. But it really just depends, because
Yep.
sometimes the kids would want to go fishing too.
Oh, yeah.
But then I think we grew up and we got over it.
We got over that real
Because
quick.
we're like, I'd rather be at the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Than playing in the water.
Oh, yeah.
So
do you have like a favorite memory?
favorite memory. There's so many, because we always got to bring friends.
Yes.
So we'd always try to bring as many friends as possible.
Mhm.
So like, we'd like pack the car full.
Pack the car.
So it's just like every year was totally a different like experience.
Different families all the time.
Every time.
Different families.
It's like I loved how
friends,
it would, like,
families, everything.
grew bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah.
So we almost took up like the whole camp.
Same campground every time.
Yeah, we almost would take it all up for the amount of people that we would have. So I think that was the coolest thing, just to like get to know other people's friends too, because like they became family.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And so it was just like this big old group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was great. And the dinners together.
The
I've eaten all
dinners, getting out the crock, butter crock, and it's chili.
It is chili.
That's yes.
You're gonna get chili, or you're gonna get potato soup.
Potato salad.
Potato salad.
Yes.
Potato salad.
It's all gonna be in the butter dish.
So just take a pick.
Just take a pick. Take a pick. I think growing up, just having friends, but I think probably there's two memories that like really stick out. Hardcore. And all I ever wanted to do was scuba dive.
Mm-hmm.
Or snorkeling. I guess you would say snorkeling. And I mean, in Fort Bragg, there's not really, I don't think you can really see under the water.
The water's freezing.
The water's freezing.
Freezing.
Yes. So
how do you even enjoy it?
No. So I finally talked Mom and Dad into getting wetsuits.
Mm-hmm.
And we get the goggles, snorkel, and all. So we went to the diving store and we got them. And mind you, I didn't wait till a day that I was nice and calm, like Mom and Dad said we should. I wanted to get it over with. So it was a crazy day.
Mm-hmm.
Went in there with Dad, Uncle Doug. I know you guys were in there.
Mm-hmm.
And they had some spears.
Mm-hmm.
They had some spears. And one did get shot off in the store.
We were testing it out.
Testing it out. A little crazy there. But we went to the fishing hole to snorkel. And, I remember back at the camp, GK, this memory too, GK said, you got to put some baby powder on to get that wetsuit up.
See, I'd have loved to seen her in a wetsuit.
Yeah. So
I don't. She was like,
she had the hair. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. She had it all, dude.
You know, she probably did it in Hawaii.
Probably.
To be honest.
Probably.
Because I was thinking, like, where would she even done that?
No.
But she was in.
She went
to Hawaii when she was younger.
There's got to be a picture.
We gotta find it.
So, anyways, that's what Amy gotta put baby powder on. So we got them on. We hiked down to the fishing hole, and it was we were just getting smashed up against.
Oh yeah,
rocks.
the waves were just like hammering inside of that rock.
So it was like, I know we lost weights, because why we're gonna have weights so we can go down a little bit. I don't know what we thought we were gonna do. I guess I don't know. I don't know what we thought we were going to find. So we lasted probably a good 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the wetsuits were nice just to swim in.
Yeah.
But honestly, I did get hot.
Well, I remember you guys were like, it was a cooler day, but I remember by the time you guys got to the place,
yeah,
the hole, you guys were sweating because of the
sweating.
Suits. But you guys looked cute.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Pictures. We had the braids and everything,
You had the braids. You had the braids, for sure.
I'm not, another good memory there, or one of my favorite memories, is we went horseback riding.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which I never got to do.
No. So Mom and Dad owe you a horseback riding trip.
Mm-hmm.
Big time.
100%.
Okay? Went with some friends and got to go on the beach.
That was
everything.
The coolest thing to watch was you guys ride on the beach.
So I literally love riding horses. Mm-hmm. Love them. Okay. I did it when I was younger at a birthday party, and then I remembered I did it with a friend, like up in the hills. Mm-hmm.
I just can't see you on a horse.
I ride it, dude.
So like barrel racing?
No, not barrel racing. No.
What are you doing?
Just like some smooth little trail.
Like I say, a horse ride a cowboy?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I like to ride everything.
Yeah.
You know, we've rode everything.
We've rode it all.
Rode it all.
Rode it all.
Rode it all. Camel. Yeah. Elephant.
We've been there, done that.
Okay, that's another trip. We'll figure that out. But anyways, that was fun. I would totally do that again. I think you and me, we're not really camping people.
Oh, I don't like to camp.
No.
At all. The only time I like to camp is if there's water, there's showers.
Gotta have
electricity.
Electricity.
More of a glamper,
yes.
I'd say. I even told my friends because they invited us to go camping, and I'm like, listen, I'm not going unless there's showers and electricity.
Yep, not gonna happen.
Sorry,
not gonna happen.
I'm a little extra in that way. I just don't like it.
Gotta have a fan.
It's not fun to me.
No, not fun. Gotta have my fan blowing. Gotta have shower, and I
gotta have a shower.
And I told myself that I will not go camping again unless I have my own trailer with a bathroom inside of it. Because waking up in the middle of the night and having to walk across the road
that's rough.
To use the restroom is not fun.
See, I don't like the dark, so that alone is a little sketch for me.
Yeah. No.
So.
I would use one night I used just my cell phone as a light. And coming back, I didn't realize I came around the corner and there was a skunk right in front of our trailer. And we're just me and the skunks just having this stare down, dude. We're just staring down.
Two little beady eyes.
Who's gonna spray first? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? You know? So I'm like looking at him and I'm like, I gotta take a picture of this because I don't know if this is ever gonna happen again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And who's gonna believe me?
Yeah. So, but I didn't realize when you go to turn your camera on, your flashlight shuts off. So then as soon as I do that, I'm in pitch dark. I'm panic mode. All I can think of is like a movie where the light shuts off and then the bad person's right in front of you.
Yeah.
Like that's what it felt like.
You're like, I'm gonna have to take a tomato bath tonight.
Yes, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So I got it back on and he was still in the same spot and I was like, you know what? I don't need the picture.
I'm good.
I just went straight into the trailer.
On the picture.
And that was it. And I don't think I just held it every night after that because it wasn't happening.
No. I never even knew there was skunks. I mean, obviously there were probably skunks there, but I never even would think there was skunks.
No.
So we did see a raccoon one night. There was a bunch of us hanging out around the fire after everybody went to bed. And we're like, oh, just hanging out and whatever. And all of a sudden we seen these two beady eyes staring at us, down at us from a tree. And we're like,
Nope.
He's
up there stalking you guys, dude.
And we were like jumping from chair to chair because we were scared. Like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? But we got out of there.
Yeah.
We got
out of there. Your night is over.
We're done. You're done.
Wind it up. So we've been there like almost every year. I mean, whether it was just a weekend trip or something like that,
we usually make it once a year kind of thing.
And then now we bring the kids. Even Brant's been,
yeah.
Brant loves it. Trying to think. So, Disneyland. Been to Disneyland numerous times.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize how many times we've been. First time we went, I was in 6th grade. You were around 3.
Yeah.
So I brought a friend with us, and they said we were going to Fort Bragg. They're trying to be sneaky. Going to Fort Bragg, and we're going the long way. So we got there at night, and then I remember my friend saying, "We're at Disneyland," and I'm like, "No, we're not. No, we're not."
Yeah.
Sure enough, we're at Disneyland.
Sure enough.
I don't remember much about the trip. I just remember,
I don't either,
getting the autographs. That was like a thing.
I remember seeing like Pooh and Tigger. I was really into Pooh and Tigger.
That was back when it was just Disneyland, though.
And there wasn't a bunch of stuff either.
No. I don't remember being as busy either, which is
No.
kind of weird. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe now that I'm older and don't really have much patience,
That's
that's probably what it is. Um, so we've been to Disneyland a couple times. We took Allie, with your 8th grade trip.
Yeah, we went on an 8th grade trip and we took Al.
We took Al.
For that one.
That was her first plane ride.
Yeah, that was.
It
fun.
was. It was.
That was fun. I remember Brian was on the trip.
Yes.
We were in the same class, and it was our last day where we were waiting outside for everybody to come. And he was playing with Allie, and he had these big old Mickey hands on, and we're like, "What? That's the souvenir you picked?"
That's the souvenir you pick is big old Mickey hands.
Big old Mickey hands.
I want to know, like, was he wondering, like, when he was looking in the store, and he was like, Mickey hands, sweatshirt. You know, Mickey hands, you know, like,
definitely
Mickey hands. That's what's going to happen. I don't even know how I'm going to get him in my...
It was probably, he had to use it probably as his carry-on. Going home.
So we've been there a couple times. I'm trying to think. We went with GK one time.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
That was a fun one.
That was before pre-Brant.
That was pre-Brant.
Pre-Brant. Then we went. You've been to Disney World.
Yeah, I went to Disney World on our honeymoon, which was pretty cool because all of the different lands or parks, whatever you want to call them, but you can't compare the two because, like, Disney World's I feel like definitely different.
Yeah. I'm almost scared to go there just because I'm just like, I'm so used to Disneyland.
Yeah, and that's the thing,
I don't want it to be a letdown or...
Yeah, I like it because... I like Disneyland because you know where everything's at, how to work, how it goes.
Yeah.
Disney World, we didn't know nothing. So it was like, what are we doing? Because I remember free-for-all. We set up the days where we were going to go, but then we went to, like, I think we went to, like, Epcot our first day, and we're like, well, this is disappointing. Everything was shut down, and it wasn't just, like, the Disneyland vibe.
Gotcha.
So, and we weren't, like, drinking or anything.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, like, that wasn't it then.
No.
So I think if we would have started at, like, Disney World, it would have been a whole vibe. But it was fun. Yeah. It was super fun. Like, I would like to go back now that I know, like, how it works. But yeah, Disneyland, I like it because you just know what you're doing. Because you've been so many times, you just know what you're doing. Yeah. But yeah, we went to Disney World, so that was fun.
I mean, that's probably have to be a bucket list at one point.
Yeah, we should all go there.
Yeah. I think the last time we've been to Disneyland was the most memorable.
Mm-hmm. Brant's first time. Yeah. He was 8 months. And he took his first steps at Disneyland.
Yes, he did.
So that was pretty cool to remember that.
I just remember him with the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Oh, my gosh.
The racers. Like, dude, he lost it. And I felt so bad Brian wasn't in there.
I know. I think, like, every time that video comes up, I get so teary-eyed because it's, like, a total mom moment.
Oh, like, yeah.
Like, that's when I'm like, this is why I'm a mom.
Yeah.
Because it was the most precious thing ever.
Yep.
Like, because, like, they say, why are you taking them so young?
Oh, no, dude.
Well, because I'm going to remember that forever.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was the most precious thing ever.
It was like a shaking freak.
Oh,
dude.
He was psycho. He was so excited he couldn't even, like, stay still because he saw Mickey Mouse.
At 8 months.
At 8 months old. Like, you know that's going to be a Disney freak for you
there. Oh, yeah. So that trip was fun Mom.
Not fun for Mom.
Yeah. It was a fun trip for Dad, right? Mom had some back.
Yeah, she had some kind of injury.
Some kind of injury, but she was still trucking along. Mm-hmm. She was, we're going to Disneyland, so she was trucking along, and she was fine that first day when we got there. Yeah, I think it was probably the plane ride too.
Yeah, sitting.
We got there, went down to downtown Disney, came home, and then she woke up that day.
Yeah,
they woke up the next day and just couldn't walk.
She's like, I can't walk. We're like, what do you mean? She's like, no, like, she was crawling from the bed to the bathroom. I was like, what's happening?
In Anaheim.
She goes, no, I can't walk. So it was like she was paralyzed.
Like dragging her legs.
It's a little bit scary, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of freaked me out when I actually saw her because she called and was like, I can't walk. I'm like, and I go over there, no, she can't walk.
She can't walk.
So it was a little, I'm not going to lie, it was a little scary.
Oh,
because I'm like, is she ever going to get to walk again? So, because it was It was sad.
It was sad.
I didn't know what to do.
It was sad.
Like,
it was. So we're like, well, we got to get you a motorized cart. Okay, we got to rent you one for the week. You don't get Disney. You don't get Genie Plus now.
You don't get Genie Plus. You're out.
You're out. You're going to get. That's going to be your souvenir, basically. That's your souvenir is a motorized cart for the week.
That's what you get.
Yeah. So once we got her one of those, she was riding dirty for a while.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
She gave us a couple rides.
We got a couple rides out of her.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
She gave Allie a ride and broke her foot off.
Yeah.
At the pole.
Yep.
I mean, we see them like taking off, and they just go.
They left us in the dust. They were
out of here, and they like was jumped. Like I think they got air in the middle of the road.
I think so.
You know.
I think so.
So yeah, Allie went man down.
Yeah, she did.
She sure did, dude. So one night, Mom's like, we were resting before we went back.
Yeah, taking a
That's
little
what
rest.
it was. It was a little rest, and we had the pool and the hot tub, and she told you. That we'd probably get hot.
She's like, that might like ease my pain a little bit if I get in the hot tub. I'm like, yeah, that's actually kind of smart. Let's do it.
So we got her in the hot tub.
Got her in,
and they're chilling in there, and that was the night. Basically, she got baptized in.
Yep.
Not really baptized, but it felt like it. It was like a little bit of a miracle there for a second.
There was like it must have been like a what was it that was going on? Convention.
Yeah, because it was like a bunch of couples. It looked like, and they were in the hot tub, and they kind of overheard Mom talking, and then they asked if they wanted to pray for her.
Yeah,
and they just started praying for her.
We started praying.
Oh yeah, and I'm just like, all we're thinking is like, dude, we getting baptized in the spa tonight. You know what I'm saying? And so I think we're all crying.
We were emotional.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like, I think it was just a big shock that this was really happening.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, is this real life?
This is real life.
You can't walk.
This is real life. So she, we got her out of the hot tub and got her back to the room, and I think we were getting ready to go back, and like we're laughing because she's just feeling amazing.
She's in such a better. Like, I mean, everything about it. Like, she was feeling better.
She was feeling. I mean, she was on. Like, she was basically like, come on, guys, let's go.
We're like, I'm ready to go.
But obviously, she's not walking.
No, yeah.
But she's like, let's go. We're like, our legs hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, like, what really makes me laugh is, like, we left and we went by the pool, and she's just, like, burning rubber.
Like,
skirting and, like, laughing. And those people are still in the pool, and all I can think of is they're like, dude, we got it. We got the touch, you know?
That's exactly what happened that day. I can guarantee it.
And we literally got she got free passes on rides.
Yeah,
didn't have to wait.
We didn't have to. Our
whole big group.
They're like, come on
in. Yeah, like the Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
She literally said, I can't get off the cart, so we had to wait for the wheelchair.
They said, that's fine. We got you.
We got you. Wheelchair. Yeah. So she had first class up in the sky.
Champagne living
the life on Jungle Cruise. That was pretty funny because we're literally all sitting around her.
Yeah.
And she's in her
like
motorized cart up on top. What did Morgan's like? Wave.
Yeah.
Wave. Yeah. So that was fun. On the way home. On the way home, she had to get strapped up to a chair.
Yes.
And rolled down the aisle on the plane. Yeah.
Because she couldn't walk.
So we did that, and they basically got first class because they got everything they wanted.
Yeah. Because they felt bad.
Spirit took care of them.
Spirit took care of them.
So we flew out of Anaheim, and then we had a layover in Vegas. So Brody did a build your own lightsaber. So obviously we didn't want to put it in the checked bag because we didn't want it to break or whatever. Yeah. So he's like, I'll just carry it on the plane. Yeah. And so it's this long with a handle, and we were totally fine getting on the plane from Anaheim to Vegas. But once we got in Vegas,
it was really the same plane.
Same airline, same plane. They're like, you have to check that because it doesn't fit. Like you couldn't have a crossbody.
Yeah.
with a backpack.
Mm-hmm.
You had to put the crossbody in your backpack. So they're like, well, it fit in your backpack. I'm like, no, it's this. It's a 3 feet long. It's not going to fit. So we had to brainstorm because I'm like, well, how are they going to check that? Like,
right? They're going to just throw it in
it's going to break.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you mean check that? So, because nobody even puts stuff on the overhead.
No.
You couldn't even have one of those. Right?
I can't even remember. I remember we had to sneak on because remember how many of those little Brandt's little bath toys? We had 3 sets because I bought one, you bought one, and Mom bought one.
Yes.
And we had one still. I'm like, they're gonna make me check this.
Yeah.
I said, bet. Tell them to make me check this.
Tell them.
Tell them.
You won't.
You won't.
So, anyways, we had to go away from the gate and brainstorm how we're gonna get this lightsaber on. And so I told Brody, take the handle off. So the handle went in the backpack, and then we got to figure out 2.5 feet lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
And Morgan said, "Give it to me." So he done stuck it down his back, down his pants, and he had to walk straight-legged. But boy, we got that on the plane. We got that on the plane, and we got home
with no checking.
With no checking of the back.
Like that, Spirit.
So we figured that one out.
We figured that out.
We definitely figured one out. We've been to Six Flags numerous times.
That's where we rode ourselves an elephant. And rode ourselves a camel.
I told you, we rode a lot of things. An elephant and a camel. Yep. Right. And we finally got to take a picture with the alligator.
We did.
The fake alligator where we're like pretending like we're falling off of it and stuff. Like you always wanted to do that. Mm-hmm. It's either that or was it like the whale?
I think they had a whale at one time.
Yeah. And you know what I always wanted to do? I was always jealous of the person who got to pet the whale at the whale show.
At the show?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But
don't
now
they all wet?
I don't know, but now I think about it and I'm like, that's so sad, those whales being there.
It really is.
You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever seen the picture from like looking down in their like little habitats like
this big? Yeah. It's
poor
really
things.
Now I think about it, I'm like, you know what? No, that's really sad.
They're not living their best life.
No.
I mean, they probably get lots of treats and stuff.
Yeah.
But
lots of treats.
You know what I mean? They don't get to swim in the ocean.
No.
Yeah.
So anyways, been to Great America.
Mm-hmm.
I think we went, I think I went for some I think we went there for my 8th grade trip.
I went there for like in middle school too at one point.
That's like, why doesn't Allie's class do something like that? I don't get that.
Figure something out.
We'll figure something out. Been there a couple times, took the kids there, and I think that was Brian's first family trip with us.
Yeah, Brian came with us. That was his first family trip. It was one time he was home from college.
Yep.
I think it was his first summer home from college.
Yes.
Maybe. And we went, and the sun wasn't well to him.
It was not.
He had his tank top on. His Vulcan season tank.
Because
that was his Vulcan prime, where he had to show off his muscles. So he'd always wear tank tops. And he was out in the sun, didn't put any sunscreen on, which I don't know what he was thinking because he knows he has like the most sensitive
skin. He got
skin.
baby skin.
That's exactly what it is.
Softy white.
Softy white, baby skin. You're going to get burnt. And that's what happened. I mean, he was a lobster, put some butter on.
I mean, like, I feel bad because I'm just like, could you imagine what he thought? Like, this is my first trip with the family.
Yeah.
And they're going around trying to find aloe vera for me.
Right?
I mean, he was burnt to a crisp.
Oh, it was bad.
I'm
pretty sure they, like, bubbled up and stuff.
And what makes me laugh about that is that's something Morgan always remembers.
That's the one thing.
Yeah.
He's always going to have sunscreen.
He's got to have sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
They needed an umpire for Allie's game one year, and he's asking everybody out. Morgan's asking everybody out in the crowd, and he finally gets Brian to do it. But mind you, he's got his Vulcan season tank still on.
Once again, he had his Vulcan season tank.
He wasn't, probably some flip-flops too.
Probably.
And so he's going to ump behind the plate, but Morgan was very concerned about him getting...
Yes.
About him getting burnt.
He's like, anybody have any sunscreen?
Yeah.
My brother-in-law's going to get burnt. He's got very sensitive skin. We need some sunscreen. So he got them all lathered up.
He got them all lathered up, dude. He's ready to go,
yeah.
dude. Ready to go. I mean, that makes me laugh.
Oh, yes.
Makes me laugh.
Looking out for each other.
Looking out. So first plane ride, we both went to Michigan to visit family.
Mm-hmm.
We
were we very old? I don't remember being very old.
I think it was maybe fifth grade.
Okay, so I was little, yeah.
I think it was fifth grade, because that's fifth grade hair in that picture.
Fifth grade hair.
That's definitely fifth grade hair. Bangs, bangs. You know what I'm saying?
You did have some banging bangs.
Usually a perm.
We always had banging bangs.
Yeah, dude.
But Dad cut them. He was a boss. Dude. That's probably where I got my skills from.
That is what it is. Yeah. That's the funny thing. Our mom didn't even cut our bangs. It was our dad.
I remember. That's childhood memory.
Yes.
Like, sitting there and him saying,
like this.
You better be still, or they're gonna be lopsided. And he's just cutting. You're like, could you imagine your dad cutting your bangs?
I don't know, dude. He missed his calling, I guess.
He's literally like, he can do anything.
Yeah.
He can do anything.
Anything. Yes. Yes, anything. And if he can't figure out, he will figure something out. If he can't do it.
He's definition of we'll figure something out.
Yes, yes.
Because if he can't do it, he's going to find the person that can or the part that can.
Yeah, YouTube it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He will YouTube that. He will send us the Amazon link. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
For real.
He'll get it done.
So, yeah. We totally got off topic there. What were we even talking about? Michigan, because I said bangs. Okay, so that was our first plane trip, and we flew out of Reno, which was so weird. It's super late at night. And all I remember, we're taking off, and you're like, this is not a car.
So confused.
So I don't really remember the plane ride, but I remember being there and being hot.
Yeah.
I don't really remember much of the trip, but I remember they had a pool, and I was doing some flips.
Do
a flip. You know, I was swimming it up, dude. Fifth grade.
Yeah.
Fifth grade swimming. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing the flip, but I had scuffed my chin up on the bottom and like an algae eater. I think that's what Dad called me, is algae eater. So we had to take pictures. That's why I remember the bangs. They were family pictures, and I had this I was so embarrassed. I was like, I gotta go to school looking like this. I think I put a Band-Aid on.
Like it was probably intense. Then,
yeah, it was like a burn. Is what it was. So bad. So we went to Michigan. I went to Illinois. We flew into St. Louis. Went to Illinois to visit Carrie and Nathan. That was my junior year.
That was your first trip by yourself?
That was my first trip flying by myself. Yep. And a trip by myself too. Went to the St. Louis Arch, which was cool.
That was cool.
And we couldn't go up it because it was like right after 9/11. So they didn't want people up there. So that was cool. We went to Hooters. We went to Hooters. And definitely went to Hooters. Like, definitely that's where I'm going, is Hooters. You know what I'm saying? We went to Hooters. I got me a tank top.
I remember
St. Louis, Missouri, Hooters tank top. And it's got to be up in Mom's attic.
100%.
Maybe, if you're lucky, maybe one episode will be in my Hooters shirt. Just joking. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, I gotta find that.
No. Yeah.
That's funny.
And that was like when Hooters was a
that was
yeah.
I don't remember being there. I just remember we had to get shirts, matching shirts. So that was a fun trip. You went on a trip by yourself. Probably your first trip by yourself.
My first flight trip by myself. I went to Oklahoma.
Okay.
To see Brian.
Yes.
While he was in school, because it was one of his breaks. They got random little breaks, but he didn't come home for some reason. So I went to see him, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
It's totally different. The vibe there is totally different. People are so nice. It was just so we would go into Walmart and the people were holding the door open for you. Or you went to the restaurant, people were holding the door. It's
You're
just
you don't slam it in my face?
Yeah, it's just sweet.
Yes.
How sweet
kindness
people are.
matters.
Just be nice.
Just be nice.
How hard is it?
Did you have a layover?
Yes.
You did?
I did. And that's what gave me anxiety because wherever I stopped, it was a really big airport, and my gate was on the other complete side.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember we barely got there, and I remember I had to go to the bathroom so bad because I was so scared. To this day, I'm still scared to get up and go to the bathroom.
No, I am too. I don't want to disturb people if I'm sitting.
Well,
in the middle.
I think I'm gonna get flushed out.
Okay, I mean maybe not. Not me.
So I'm a little bit scared on that. So I remember having to go to the bathroom so bad. And I was running. And you know that thing where I've seen videos of it where everybody You go to your gate just to see if it's there. Well, that's going to be there.
It's going to be there, but you got to make sure it's there.
It is. It's a mind thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, where's it at? Where's it at? And then it said that it wasn't boarding yet. So I was like, oh my gosh. And I remember going to the bathroom and I was in there for like ever. I wasn't going poop, but I was like, I remember it was like the longest pee of my life. It was so bad. I'm like, never again can I do that.
No, dude.
But yeah, that was.
You're probably nerves too.
It was.
It was definitely nerves.
It was nerves going to see him and then doing it by myself.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
It was nerves.
I actually, it's funny because I did do a trip to Colorado by myself when Morgan got home from Iraq, and his parents were there already.
Oh, okay.
So I did do a trip, and I remember like in Denver, I remember getting off the plane. And I didn't know where to go. And there was nowhere, like, I didn't know where to go. And, like, some people were getting on trains. And so I'm like, and I'm talking to Morgan, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. He's like, follow everybody. I said, but they're all going in different directions. Like, ding, 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 ding. So finally, I got on a train. I said, I hope it's taking me somewhere. I got on a tram train, you know, and it got me to where I was.
And that's what always freaks me out. Like, every airport is different. So, like, how do you know what you're supposed to do?
No, I don't know.
Like,
just let Jesus take the wheel, I guess.
Same thing with Brian. He was parked out in the front. I'm like, but where's the front?
Where's the front? I don't know. Drop a pin.
Just come out in the front. I'm like, well, where's the front?
Yeah, there was no dropping pins back there for me. No,
not for you.
Not for me. I had Nokia. Not the Nokia, the
Nextel.
Nextel.
You had the
Nextel. I still got the Nextel. So I did end up moving to Colorado. So for a minute, it's about not even 6 months.
I think you just visited.
May to September. But anyways, Morgan and I, we went to Garden of the Gods in Colorado Springs, and we went to the Cheyenne Zoo. So that was fun. And then I remember on our way there, actually, Dad took us. Took me.
Yeah.
And moved me back there, and it took us 12 hours one day, 12 hours the next.
Too much.
Crazy. And Pop and Graham drove behind us in my Mustang.
I think that's hilarious.
In the Mustang.
I think it's hilarious.
With the exhaust pipes.
Like,
yeah. Like both of them in there.
That's funny.
I think he wanted one after that.
Probably. I'm
surprised
he didn't get one.
But he just got the PT Cruiser instead. You know what I'm saying?
If it wasn't for the PT, he would have got the Stang.
He would have the Stang. So anyways, I remember Morgan's like, just make sure you bring my Bowflex. You know.
I don't care about
because he had his clothes and everything, but he just said, make sure you bring my Bowflex. So I'm like, okay, so we had the Bowflex in the truck.
He's gonna get swole.
He's getting swole, dude. I don't know where we're going to fit it. You know? But he every once in a while it would start raining and we'd be like, not the Bowflex. So that was kind of a funny joke. But they left, and then so many months later it was time to come home.
It was time to come home.
It was time to come home to bring the Mustang back. Yeah. I went back to work.
Yeah.
I went back to work pregnant.
Well, you came back earlier than him too.
I came back in September and he came back in November.
Okay.
So you and Dad came. You're like, I'm not being left behind this time. I'm going. But this girl, they get off the plane and she's got this T-shirt on with her camo Bermudas.
Heck yeah, you already know. You didn't see me coming.
No, and she's got this T-shirt on that says Daddy's favorite. And all I can think of is like all week long.
100% planned. I had that baby laid out.
It was ironed and laid out. You know what I'm saying? Bermuda's ironed. You know what I'm saying?
We're coming in hot. You ain't gonna see us coming.
Yeah, so the shirt made it to me before she came. So So I was like, oh, so funny, Katie.
So funny.
So yeah, but anyways, they got there. We went to the apartment and was waiting for Morgan to get off. And I look over at Kate, and she's sniffing something. And I'm like, what are you sniffing? And I look, she's got an ant trap. And I'm like, dude, that's an ant trap. You probably just sniffed all the ants up. Jeez.
Listen, I'm not weird. Your little house smelled good.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh, what is this? Maybe this little, I thought they were little air fresheners.
Yeah.
So I was sniffing them, but I probably sniffed a couple ants up my nose.
I'm surprised you weren't over there on the Bowflex in the living room. That's the only place where it could go.
Did you guys eat dinner?
In the living room. Thing is, I don't even think he even used a Bowflex there.
Probably not.
You know what I'm saying? It was like
It's
in the
just a
corner
fact.
in our living room.
Being young.
Whatever.
You know?
Anyway, so we started driving back that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I had told you, I'm like,
You promised.
I promised.
You promised. You promised.
That we could switch off and on in the front seat of the Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that never happened.
It's like, yeah, well, it's small back there. We'll straight off, back and forth, back and forth.
Oh, bro, I was
never made it to the front.
Well, you know what? You shouldn't have wore the shirt. So anyway, yeah. So that was fun. We stopped at tons of gas stations, and I remember one gas station, you asked Dad, you know, you can get a hot chocolate. And when you're with Dad, you get anything you want.
Get whatever you want.
It's a free-for-all at the store.
It's a free-for-all. A bing, 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 bing,
It's
bing.
like supermarket sweep.
That's exactly what
down the aisles.
That's exactly what it was.
And that's what Brody does it to him now.
Yeah, he does.
Brody does it to him. You want to stop him at the
Pops
store? And he goes
special.
up and down the aisles grabbing stuff. He knows how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, you got hot chocolate, but then when we got in the car and it was later on down, you were like literally on crack in the back. But she did not just get hot chocolate. She kept hitting every single.
It was one of those machines that had all the different flavors.
All the different flavors. Cappuccinos.
Like
mocha.
All of it.
White mocha. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. So she was literally like, me and Dad just kept on side-eyeing each other. Because she's back there.
Little idiot side-eye.
Yeah. She's over there jumping off the walls. And we're like, there was like antelope. We're like, Kate, look. And you're like, what, where? We're like, well, your eyes are jumping around. You can't be able to see it. You missed it. You missed it. We stayed in Idaho that night, and then we did we stay anywhere else, or we go straight home after that?
I don't remember.
I think we did.
I think we stayed at some hotel somewhere.
We did, huh? I can't remember. We'll have to ask Dad.
Yeah, because we stayed in Idaho for a little bit.
Like maybe in Nevada or something. I think
so. I think so.
So yeah, that was a fun trip. Where else have we been? You went to Yellowstone.
I went to Yellowstone. Ting.
I did not. Wasn't invited.
Yeah, she wasn't invited. We went. I was in high school.
Yeah.
Me, Mom, and Dad. We took ourselves a little trip to Yellowstone.
Heck of fun.
And I'm really not that like adventurous with nature. I go on a hike or two. I like to hike, you know, whatever. But I didn't know we were gonna be in the car.
Yeah,
I'm not someone that likes to drive the car.
Yeah.
I don't even like going to town.
Yeah.
the car.
Yeah.
I don't like to be in the car. So we did go to Yellowstone. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
There was
it's like a one and done thing.
Yeah. Like, been there, done that. Sorry, I don't want to do it again.
I don't want to do it again.
Like, even being old.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
Nature's cute and whatever. But we saw a bald eagle.
That's
was probably
cool. That was the highlight of the trip?
only thing we saw. But those, like, glacier things. Not glaciers.
I know. The spout. Whatever.
Those things that come out of the ground.
Hot spring, like.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
We saw those.
Okay,
cool.
that's cool.
But we met up with Uncle Doug. Aunt Cami.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ours.
Okay.
And there was this one town we were in, and they had these painted buffaloes.
Okay.
Yellowstone's known for their buffaloes.
Yeah.
And they were painted different, and it was like a search to find them all.
Oh.
So we would go to me, Mom, Cami, and Dars, and Bailey.
Yeah.
We would go find them all, and we took pictures with every single one.
Gotcha.
So that was probably the highlight of the trip.
So was it not a picture with a phone, or was a picture
camera.
phone, or with the actual digital camera?
I'm pretty sure it was the camera, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. I remember being in the car for so long. Pretty sure I was in the front seat.
Yeah.
I got shotgun.
You got shotgun.
But only because Mom was in the back sleeping. But I got sunburnt on my arm from being in the car so long.
Oh,
yeah.
I've had that happen before on the way to Disneyland.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
But because you don't really think you're gonna get sunburnt in the car. I know this. I've told the kids, I'm like, I kind of want to like drive to like Mount Rushmore, and I know it's totally old person crap.
Mm-hmm, it is.
Totally. Like I think I remember last spring break I was like, hey, let's go, and they're like, that's old person crap. So we went to Universal Studios instead.
Perfect.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my favorite trips. Went there, went to Santa Monica Pier, and it was just us four.
I feel like you guys really enjoyed that trip.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the kids really did,
I mean, like,
too.
Birdie was really into Transformers, so it was like Transformers.
I forgot about that, yeah.
I'm trying to think, did we eat any good food? We didn't do the all-you-can-eat.
Not the all-you-can-eat?
Not all-you-can-eat, like we did the one time, but there wasn't, I don't remember the food being, like, really good. But I do remember still seeing the Simpson ride. Because when we went to Universal Studios, Allie was like, what, 3, maybe? They're like, we're going the Simpson ride, and they're like, hey, we can all fit in the front. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no.
Only 4 can fit.
Only 4 can fit in the front. I'm going to have to be odd man out because I'm in the back. They're like, no, it's fine. You can sit. I'm like, Mom, no, I can't. Yeah. So we get up there, and Amy was right. She's sitting in the back with another family. And so I'm on the Simpson ride with another family while my daughter's up having fun with her family.
Yeah, that was good.
So I had a cute little picture.
Yeah,
with, I don't know, why didn't we buy it? Never mind. Never mind.
I don't think I've ever bought a picture.
Never mind. No, I have bought one picture because I think it's still in my closet. The first time I went on a roller coaster.
You took a picture?
Yes.
That's cool.
When we went to Great America, I did not want to ride roller coasters, and I promised them that I said I would do it, and it was like late at night, and it was gonna get ready to close, and they basically dragged me on the demon.
Ooch.
Screaming demon, dude.
Screaming demon.
But then I loved it after that. But yeah. So Yellowstone was cool, sort of.
If I was a little bit older, I probably would have enjoyed it better.
Yes.
It's just, I was like, not into that.
No.
You know?
No.
But it was fun to say I've done it. Got a cute sweatshirt out of it.
That's all that matters.
It was fun to
That's
do.
like Allie when we landed in a layover at Las Vegas. She wanted to get a Las Vegas shirt to say she'd been to Las Vegas. I'm like, we've been here for 5 seconds, and all I'm worried about is how am I going to get this lightsaber on the plane. That's it. Yeah. So we've been to Hawaii a few times. So Morgan and I went for our 10-year anniversary. We went to Maui. That was fun. And then I was like, we got to go back. Mm-hmm. So all of us, and we wanted to do it pre-baby.
Yeah. So we were like, we need one more good trip before we start trying for a baby.
Yeah.
Because we're like, we're ready to try, but we wanted to do one good old
fashioned one last hurrah.
One last hurrah. Like, all right, let's do
one last hurrah. So mind you, it's January 2020, and we booked this trip to Maui. Yeah. Ready to go. Good thing we didn't book like our activities yet or anything. So we're like, we're going to go. I think we had planned it for July. No, yeah, July. And so, yeah, like I said, it's 2020 and everything shuts down. Can't go on planes.
They kept pushing it back.
And they kept pushing. Well, at first they say 2 weeks, and they just kept pushing it back. And then finally we had to cancel the trip and wait a whole year to rebook. But couldn't do Maui because the prices were crazy. Yeah. And Honolulu was much cheaper. So basically our whole trip was flipped around. Flip-flop. Yeah. So we went to Honolulu.
Which wasn't disappointing.
But you were also pregnant.
I was pregnant.
So the last hurrah didn't work.
We couldn't wait any longer. No. I'm like, all right, we gotta do it.
What, 7 months pregnant?
7 months pregnant.
Yes.
In Hawaii. Don't recommend.
We had a good hotel. We went straight down
that was pretty cool because it was literally everything's walking distance. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
I love that.
That was nice. We went to Pearl Harbor. Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool.
That was really cool.
I wish instead of doing a tour like on the bus, because you can only be there for so long, I wish we would have like just went on our own there.
Oh, and you could do that?
Yeah, and did over. I think I did that so we didn't have to like drive because I didn't want. I tried not to get people driving.
That bus took us to that really neat place though too, right? Like
we went through that cemetery and like basically they just did a tour of all, which was cool.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
because we did only get so much time when we actually got to Pearl Harbor. Yeah.
We went like we didn't get to go on the battleship. like that big. There's other things we could have done. We did get a pearl out of an oyster.
I got twin pearls, remember?
You did. That
Mom's
was
like,
crazy. Mom's like, yay, twins.
Yay, twins.
Yeah. That's the only person in this family that wants twins. So
yeah, that was cool.
That was fun.
I still have mine. Do you have
yeah,
yours?
I do. I've been wanting to put it on a necklace, and I just haven't done it. But it's in my joy box. We went to Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm. Heck of fun.
Heck of fun. We thought there was going to be more dinosaurs than
there was. No dinosaurs.
There was no dinosaurs.
I was literally going to ride and pet a dinosaur.
Yeah, we were going to ride. We were going to check off another thing to ride. Check it off. It's going to be a dinosaur.
It was going to be. And there was.
It was, no. And it was a long drive there. It was very pretty.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Like, you actually thought you were in Jurassic Park.
Literally.
Know?
That's what was disappointing, though, because it was like you look like you're there, but there's no dinosaurs.
No. So, what else did we do there? The boys went fishing.
Yes.
That was at the end.
Yeah.
We wore matching outfits and took pictures. That's a must. We went to dinner and you walked barefoot. Home. You said screw it.
I gave up.
Gave up.
I gave up on the shoes, tossed the shoes.
Nope, you're in Hawaii. Why not?
Who's going to judge me?
Right?
I don't even care if they do.
They don't even know me.
Yeah, I didn't even care.
So we waited a couple years until we went again. Mm-hmm. But this time we went to Maui, and Be Nasty went with us.
Be Nasty.
Yeah.
He went.
He tore it up. That kid's been everywhere.
Oh, man. He has lived his best life.
Yes.
Already.
And the pirate ship.
Dude. You'd have thought he was a legit pirate.
Yeah. I thought he was going to ask for a iPad.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that was fun. You guys went parasailing?
Yeah, Brian, that was Brian's first time parasailing. Yeah. I had parasailed before, but that was Brian's first, and the kids' first.
The kids' first, yes.
So that was fun to do, all four of us.
They went zip lining too, and then Allie found her love for surfing.
Yes.
She's going to be a surfer girl. Yeah. See, what is that? Surfer boy. See you later, boy. No, that's a skater boy.
Skater boy.
Not a skater boy.
I wish they would have had her get to do it a little bit longer. I feel like it wasn't very long.
I think so too. I think she wanted to rent a board later.
It was like at the crack of dawn, too.
It was very early.
It was at the
It was very early. So I don't know, like, what do you think? Honolulu or, I mean, they're totally two different ones.
I've had people ask me, and I'm like, you can't compare the two because the vibes are completely different.
Yeah.
It just depends on what you're going for.
I think I'm a Maui person, though. I think it's more laid back.
Maui was way more chill.
Yeah.
Relaxed, a lot more relaxing. Yeah. The only thing is you have to drive to everything.
You do,
That was the only thing for me on that. Because on Honolulu, you could just walk everywhere and enjoy that part of it. Not having to, like, stress out looking where is everything? I don't know how to get there, sort of thing. But, yeah, Maui was way more chill.
Yeah.
Than Honolulu, for sure.
I think Mom, like, she's like, I don't care. You just find me somewhere to float.
Mm-hmm.
I want my inner tube, but I want to float. I don't care. But that trip was fun because we made it a priority that we were going to be adventurous.
I had a checklist.
Like, we had a checklist. I mean, you had Brant, you know, you're a new mom and you wanted to be adventurous. And I'm like, I've had kids forever. I'm probably not a fun mom, and I want to be adventurous. So we go to Black Rock and we decide, you know what? We're going to jump off the cliff.
We're going to jump off the cliff. There's got to be a cliff to be jumped off.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it.
We're going to do it. We are going to show everybody a good time. So we're watching people jump, and we were there for a long time before we decided to do it.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So then we finally,
we didn't, like, figure out that you had to swim.
Yeah, it was a very long swim.
We were able to just walk over
and
there
there's no, like, taking the inner tube with us. You have to, it's a free swim.
Mm-hmm.
It's a free on swim.
And I'm a swimmer.
I'm not Michael Phelps. You know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely a frogger. Not a good swimmer.
And then once you get there, you don't realize that, like, you know, you got no shoes on. You gotta climb the rocks. Mm-hmm. So we finally got up there, butt out. Whoever's behind me, I'm sorry.
For that.
I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
You put me in you need to put me in like a head to toe one piece to do that.
Wetsuit,
yeah.
Because that was not a pretty sight.
So we get up there. I think I thought Dad went first, but I'm not sure. Or maybe he went after me. I don't know.
He may have went first because I think we took a little bit of time when we were up there.
Yeah.
Because the way you had to, like, because the spot where people were jumping looked like there was a rock down there where you're gonna like.
Yes.
That's what freaked me out.
That's what freaked me out too.
So
like you have to like really jump.
He may have went and then came back up to hold our hands.
Oh, okay. Maybe. I don't know. It's such a rush.
It was.
Yeah.
It was nice though.
Yeah.
It was a rush.
So I was like, you know what? Screw it. So I just jumped, and when I immediately hit the water, I knew something happened. I'm like, my butt's numb. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I just thought I messed my back up. I thought that's exactly what happened. And then I started to like, I felt this before because I've broken my tailbone before. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I know this pain. Mm-hmm. So I basically was just telling you got a pencil, jump. Don't sit. So, broken tailbone. You finally went.
I finally did.
You finally went. Allie said, nope, no go.
Not me.
She went off the little one.
Well, yeah, Dad's like, well, just go down the little one. And so finally she gets down there and she jumped in, which it was just like a whoop.
Yay! But I'm glad she didn't because she probably would have really hurt herself. Yeah. But honestly, like, I just realized this the other day that my tailbone hasn't been hurting. So it's been almost a whole year of, then they said about 12 months for recovery for a tailbone because you can't do anything about it.
What are we going to do?
I don't know.
Well, we were starting to cheer up again.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
Bro, don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I was kind of miserable during the trip, but I was able, it's just when you're sitting.
Well, you were going to do zip lining with them.
Yes.
You couldn't.
The plane ride home was miserable. The plane ride home was miserable. But I made it. I made it. So we gotta plan more trips.
Yes.
We gotta do another Disneyland trip.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping to take Brant.
Brant wants to go to Mario World.
He can't stop talking about it.
It's a me and Mario.
But he keeps talking about Disneyland too because he wants to see Mickey. He wants to see Queen and Buzz.
He would freak.
Oh my gosh, I know because the commercials.
Oh yeah.
I go Disneyland. I go Disneyland. I'm like,
he would love that. I know. I told Morgan. I think our 20 years is next year, and we're going to try to plan something. We're like talking about Greece. I don't know.
That'd be pretty fun.
I don't know. I don't know. It's something different.
That's something different.
Something different.
Do you have to like learn the language, do you think?
Oh, I don't know. We'll figure something out.
I think because like I watched
Mamma Mia?
No.
Is that Greece?
Jersey Shore.
What?
They went to Italy.
They went there? Honestly, I've never watched Jersey Shore.
What?
No.
Get crazy. Get loud.
I just know the songs and Snooki.
Oh, that's like I've watched it through like 3 times. Are you serious?
Oh, maybe I need to watch that.
So dumb. But it's just a good one.
It's just good.
But they went and I remember them like blowing out fuses because you have to buy a certain to put like your blow dryer. I don't know if that's like real now or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
But like I think it's cool because that was like when I was younger I did a school project on Greece, Italy.
Oh, really?
And like the gondola ride. So if you guys go, you have to do one of those.
Yeah. Have you seen that one where it's like, I don't know if it's a TikTok or a picture, but they're like, they waited too long to go. Mm-hmm. And they're like old people and they're just sleeping in the boat.
Mom and Dad.
Yeah. Mom and Dad sleeping in the boat. I keep laughing about that because I'm like, I could totally see Morgan.
Oh, yeah. You would be the one to fall asleep for sure.
So we gotta plan more trips. Yeah. So that's on the bucket list. Bingo. Actually, one of my bingo things is Disneyland.
Mine is too.
Yeah, so
we gotta get it.
And Chuck E. Cheese. But I don't know.
We have to figure it out.
We're going to have to figure that out. So, yeah, I think that's a wrap for episode 4.
Yes.
So
let us know what your favorite trip was or vacation. Because we like to hear that.
We would love to hear that. And if you have any tips or a trip that you think that we would like, I'd like to know.
I'd like to hear people's different ideas.
Yes, because I am not very good at planning.
We can't think outside the box.
We can't.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
When it comes to that.
Well, sometimes we can't figure it out.
Sometimes we can't.
So make sure do that for us and make sure you like and subscribe for us. It would really mean a lot. Mm-hmm. Also, give it a little share. Give it a little share to your friends and family. So we will see you next Friday.
Next Friday with another topic.
So have a good week.